works at night and acting in films, father works in the night or day, whatever the case may be. Now there is no parental control. And what happens? He is deprived of what? Love, time, and all those things, isn't it? And guidance, most importantly. Irrespective of what guidance, whether he's a Christian or a Jew or a Muslim. But the fact remains, his parents will teach him to go and do the good. Forget the belief system in God. I'm talking about character. And the end product of education, what you are having now, it should be character building. But take this one saying down. Education, sometimes some things come by the way we give it to. Education is not the ultimate destination. Is not the ultimate destination. Where is your ultimate destination? Tell me. No, we don't know that part. But Jonathan Firdaus. That part we don't know. I don't know where I'm going. But make dua Allah part. He is merciful. Ghafur Rahim. Eh? What did I say?
Education is not the ultimate destination.
It's not. You know, some people say, I got one diploma, full stop. Oh, I'm very educated. No. You get it? Huh? And talk to. Oh, don't talk. That talk didn't exist in the books too. Okay. Education is not the ultimate destination, but, very big but in capital letters, is a continuous journey. So, my sons, what am I telling you? What am I telling you? No, full stop, continuous journey. When you die, you can't learn anything. Everything stops. But while you're living, you don't say, I got my BA, full stop.
But you learn in your qabr when you ask questions.
No. Now you're going overboard. That you didn't see. I didn't see that. You understand? That I didn't see. Once you die, my brother, everything full stop. The new life starts. There's no namaz, nothing and all. You are accountable for what you did in the past. So there's no new activities there. Get it? Get this clear. That's the original law, am I right? What is that? How does it? Alright, but you spoke of death. Let's come on. How do we define death in Islam? Can I give you my definition? You don't have to accept it. You can accept or reject. And this is the Islamic philosophy. The Christians, Jews also believed in this. Death is the end of life on this earth. I'm giving simple. I can give it to IA English if you want, but I'll give it to you simply. Death is the end of life on this earth, but the beginning of the next phase of life in a permanent form. Permanent means sophisticated. Now the guy is asking for sophisticated. Mr. Amra, what do I do, man? Alright, death means transcendence. Take this one. While you're talking about one topic, you learn some other things related, which is good. You will learn everything. Death is the end of life on this earth, but the beginning of the next phase of life you know how to spell permanent? In a permanent form. In other words, This is not your life. This is an illusion. What? Yes. But death is a reality. Life is an illusion. Write it down. Life is an illusion. But death is a reality. You heard of the term ishq majazi and ishq hakiki? Huh? That's it. This life is ishq majazi. Yes. You know, illusion. Ishq hakiki is that life when life comes out and goes into the alam of barzakh. Hakiki, you know what is hakika? Truth. Reality. Ish means love. It's combined from Persian and Arabic. You get it? Salman Farsi, where did he come from? So you will get tafsir in Persian too. So that's why I picked it up. Right. Death is, you want the high one? Death is transcendence. You know how to spell transcendence? Transcendence. Transcendence from this transitory, meaning temporary. What? You can write in brackets. Another word for temporary is what? Transitory. Transitory. Death means, what is that? Death is what I said to you? Means transcendence, going up. Transcendence from this transitory, meaning temporary world to a world of reality. كل شيء يعود إلى أصله. That's what I'm telling you. How's my Arabic? Got it? I'm not so bad. I'm trying. Transcendence means to climb. You climb in stages till the day of Qiyamah. Right. Now, quickly, these are the big problems we are having. Teenage pregnancies, broken homes. That is why the youth are going astray. Now, I would like to hear from you what we could do. Everyone should write down 3 or 4 sentences fast. Right, brothers? Right, full stop. Full stop. Everybody, silence, please. Silence. The first group is giving his views.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
Please be
barakatuh.
short because we got a number of groups and time is short.
Inshallah, I'm just going to make 2 main points. And one is that you have to create jobs. Job creation is the first one. And the second one is that the parental guidance must be there, because in most cases the youth, they got problems and the parents are not there to sit and talk to them. So they feel neglected. In this way, they turn to drugs and etc. Jazakumullah khair.
This is the grand mufti, you know.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Because we want to do it as a brief, we put it to three general points. Education, as information, then skill, then practice. The most important thing, every Muslim have from he was a kid born, they have educated with the Holy Quran, Hadith, and Sunnah Rasulullah, and the parents and the adult, he have to be qudwa for him, because they guide him. If they say Hadith and Sunnah, they are not do it, they will be bad example for him. This everybody, every Muslim society have to do it. So this, we are all agree with the Holy Quran, Sunnah, and other thing is to communicate. connect with them. If you are not a specialist, you are not a social worker, you are not a psychology doctor, you have to communicate. You feel that you are care about them. It's like a patient. Yours, as I know from my background in the hospital, they are like sick people. But we will not say this word to them, but we will dial like that, because teenagers is a very dangerous part of their time. So communicate and connect. This just appear and face them that you are take care about them. The third thing, as Rasul said, نعمتان مغبون بهما كثير من الناس الصحة والفراغ. They are in good health and they have bad time. They have many they waste their time. So we have to use this time and volunteer to help the society, to help themselves to have a new career, a new practice with many kind of the careers. Our doctor yesterday said that Muslim they are in South Africa. They are need to high career, to be engineering and doctor. No, I believe that society Muslim they have work. They have be care of the all kind of career of the professional different jobs. Thank you.
I just have one comment. Alhamdulillah, I spoke of Quran and Sunnah. But when you're dealing with a mixed society, anything that sounds sensible, you will accept. Am I right? You don't tell him it's Quran, you don't tell him it's Sunnah, but you apply it at a universal level. Okay, that's the only thing I can give you advice. And the next one, quickly.
Assalamu alaikum. Okay, we identified that for us to come up with the solutions, we simply have to locate the problems first. So one of the problems that I will say in a very quick time is teenage pregnancy, those that the youth face, peer pressure, use of drugs, alcoholism, and also there is no God consciousness amongst the youth. So we find that there should be some spiritual guidance at the universities and as part of outreach programs. Also, there should be the school outreach programs educating the youth on all the dangers of drugs and alcohol and all that, and how to make a good choice of the friends. And also the issue of conducting conferences on youth, possibly as things which can be very good and enlightening to the youth at large. Also, another issue, I think, much more at wider perspective, it should be the provision of jobs. Also, these outreach programs can be conducted there at workplaces and they educate the youth. With these few points, Jazakallah.
Give him a round of applause. I like the one. He brought out a practical aspect of conducting conferences and so on. That's a practical aspect, you know.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum. In that small session of brainstorming, we came with 4 points. The first is educating the parents, which they have their kids in a problem, how to deal with the children and their issues, because the gap between the parents and the kids must be narrowed and they should reach out with their kids. The second point that I like to make is that the kids themselves, they need to be trusted more by the society, by the family, by the community. That's something that has to be taken seriously. Third point is to get them involved in some of the volunteers project. As much as they get themselves busy in good things, I don't think that they will have a space for doing a drug addiction or the abuse of the kids. The last point, we should also give them the chance to express their opinions in congresses or any conferences, or even in Saudi Arabia we call it Majlis al-Shura or something like that. That they should give their opinion in some of the political issues that we are facing in our society. I think that's it. Thank you for listening.
Good point, very good points. Now that reminds me of a saying. Don't write this down now. The more you respect, the more they suspect. Don't write. Next point.
Assalamu alaikum. The problems that we have identified with my fellow brothers there, that the youth are facing today, they have been mentioned already, the drug and peer pressure and all those kind of stuff. So the way in which, as a community, to combat that difficulties in which the youth are facing is giving them a chance to explore themselves better, and then to bring out their abilities in sports and all those kind of activities. And then in turn, looking at the past, how the past dominative government used to treat the youth. At that time, when you finish matric, there was a job, maybe you go to the army or something. Now the government itself is failing the youth, is failing to empower the youth, in a sense that dominative government was dominating the people, but in a sense was empowering the youth, because at that time the crime rate was very low. Now the crime rate is high, and the youth are unempowered because most of the youth don't work, and in turn they tend to criminal activities, they tend to drugs. The main thing that turns the youth in the bad youth that they tend to be is the rate of unemployment. And if you can combat the rate of unemployment and listen to the objectives and the mindset of the youth and try to find ways in which we can help them and we can empower them, that will be the most the cornerstone of empowering the youth and making us the better tomorrow, because the future is ours. The old ones are going, and the young ones must carry out the legacy. And if we are not empowered educationally, then there's no legacy to live for. Thank you.
I think I have given you right. I'll just give you a few points and I'm closing. Now the first one is, we must organize an institute. Don't use the word Muslim in a mixed society. Moral and spiritual education within the community. But you have to get up and go and do the work. Don't let it be a theoretical one, a practical one. The next one is, there must be social interaction between one home and the next home. Let's say the next home is having a problem. You must intervene. Don't worry about his bank balance, but worry about solving his problem. Okay. The next one is, how do you go about stimulating the youth? You can use extracurricular activities, and I take all the ideas what my brothers have said in conferences and so on. The next one, with the rate of unemployment now, you will find juvenile delinquency, as I said. Empowerment is very important. We got to find sponsors. If you're really hardworking and concerned, you have to go and look for the people who will help you to empower this youth in making a life for themselves. Understand? The next one is, just don't empower them and leave them, but you monitor the progress. That's very important, as to what levels they are reaching. And also, you must be very patient and exercise diplomacy and professionalism when you're dealing with such youth. You must be able to win them over. And if you know what the youth are? The youth are like the saplings of a plant. If they are nurtured well, they will bear good fruit.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Jazakallah, Dr. Raheem. This session, I think, is a very, very important session, a discussion on youth. What I would suggest is tomorrow we won't change the topic. We will continue on this particular one, because I don't think in this short space of time we've done justice to it. Because up to a certain point, okay, we are talking about the youth. What I would like to hear from in tomorrow's session is, I want the youth to talk about their challenges and speak freely, and possible kind of solutions that we can think about. Because if we start just talking, in a generic sense, meaning, okay, education, communicate, parent guidance. We all basically agree on those kind of things. But exactly how do we make it into a reality that works? Because I think, you know, I mean, I teach my daughter the same, is what is the greatest lesson that I, as a father, can give to my daughter? You know, what is it that I can do that is possibly the greatest things? I cannot sort of be a policeman over her. I cannot sort of check on everything that she does. But the conclusion that I seem to sort of say is that if I can give her a set of tools that that teaches her how to cope with whatever challenges that she faces, whether in your life, kind of a thing. In other words, you've got the tools, your situation is going to be different. Everybody's challenges are different. And if you know the tools on how to say, okay, look, how do I cope with a difficult situation? If I've got a problem with a girlfriend or something like that, and I'm a teenager, is there a method to the thing of solving your problem? That all of us go through situations where it's difficult, and sometimes you have this thing. How do you manage both those situations? That even if you are successful too, you can have the right education, you can have the best career, you can earn a lot of wealth and things like that, and even that can take you down. I mean, if you look at examples of, say, the pop stars, they've got everything, yet you find many of them commit suicide. Now, you wouldn't sort of say that, look, they committed suicide because they didn't have education or they were unemployed or anything like that. Even the challenge of people who are unemployed. Yes, there are many people who are unemployed, but why is it that all unemployed people do not become criminals? There is a difference somewhere. So we need to identify that the methods that we can use that will sort of eventually produce that type of a person who can manage the environment and themselves and their lives. And I think coping with your challenges is probably the greatest lesson, because all of us have challenges, all of us have difficulties, whatever it may be. But we need to sort of advise and say, okay, look, if I've got a problem, what is there a process that I need to sort of use to sort of say solve my challenges and my problems? And even if you have difficulties, even in our lives too, those difficulties at times is a blessing, a lesson for us too. Even a negative experience can be of benefit to us, because you may have had an experience in your life, kind of a thing, and you know, okay, look, this is what happened. You can advise a person who may be going in that direction to say, look, don't go in this thing over there. And that negative experience too is actually a blessing, and you can this thing. So tomorrow we'll continue with this kind of a session, but the young ones need to speak. Because this is an open forum, whatever you feel, be free to speak. In this country, we got freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want. So use it, you know, as you are here. But it's important that the youth, this thing over there. And one of the lessons that I learned, I was also part of the Muslim youth movement, is that for the youth, you need to be constantly active at that period. Don't worry about getting it 100% correct. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to try something, it's going to fail. That's guaranteed. But the important thing is to just be active and participate. The moment you sort of sit and stay out of it, you're losing it. So even in school, in university, you try different things. It may not be the perfect solution, whatever it is, but the fact that you have tried, and that experience is very important. The experience, not necessarily the content of something that makes a change in your life. It is your experiences that the fact that you have come from Saudi Arabia as a team over here, you will find that that experience will remain with you for the rest of your lives. Maybe you wouldn't have met, all the brothers were probably not all together at AHSA, but the fact that you have came in one group, suddenly even you all have gone closer to one another. And your relationship amongst yourself will also be a good memory in your life. So tomorrow, I think, I think Professor Raheem was supposed to speak on some other topic, but let's keep it to the youth. We'll just continue this session and we'll go again into a discussion like this kind of a thing. And let's hear what the youth have got to say, what they would want to specifics. Let's bring it down to certain things that you practical things that you can do in your school, whether it's in your university, in your community, just ideas. Let's brainstorm on a bigger scale and we'll bank those ideas. Do you think that would be a good idea? I think this is, there's no like fix this thing to say that we've had a discussion on youth and that's over. And next year we have another conference and we talk the same things kind of a thing. But we need to sort of take it to another level to say, look, they need to speak, because if to fix a problem, well, I'm not calling it a problem, the challenges that they face, and they need to prepare for their time, not our time. In other words, our Professor experiences. That's different.
We are the Muslim Ummah.
Alhamdulillah, 1 in 5 people in the world is a Muslim. But have we considered that 4 out of 5 people may die without Islam? 4 out of 5 may never get the chance to read the glorious Holy Quran. Become a lifetime partner with the Islamic Propagation Center International Dawah Quran Project and help bring real solutions to the 4 out of 5 people searching for answers. By sponsoring a Holy Quran, you give the gift of life, real life. IPCI, Dawah Quran Project. It's time to get involved.
Call IPCI now. IPCI, encircling the globe with the message of Islam.